Hello, my name is Mykel Hawke. Some of you may know me from Discovery Channel's Man, Woman, Wild survival show with my wife, or my other show, One Man Army, Special Operations Competition Show. I currently have a new show out on Outdoor Channel called Elite Tactical Unit with my fellow Green Beret Terry Shepard from Warriors of History Channel and my SAS brother, Adam Hammond, who worked on the movie Proof of Life. Right now, I have a brand new product line, Hawke brand knives, and what I really love about the brand is these aren't just knives that have my name on them. Every one of these knives came from my head and from my experience, and I'd like to take a moment and share some with you. My little teeny Sparrow, one of my favorites for everyday carry because you have almost a full-size handle, gives you real power and control, but also you got a cutting edge on all three sides, and that's about as much meanness in one little blade as you can possibly pack. My next favorite is my fold-up field knife, and what I love about this is that it's a good mid-range blade in that it's small enough to do your small craft, but also big enough to do your heavy chopping for your shelter. And if you're really going to be out there surviving for a while and you're worried about safety and cutting yourself, you can just flip out your hand guards. And that's the number one thing that makes a folding knife different than a fixed blade, is the option to have a hand guard. With this hand guard, you save your fingers. In survival, that means you save your life. So why I like this one so much, it's just a smaller version, so you can actually have one you put in your rucksack and one that you actually carry every day. Your everyday carry little fold-up knife that gives you that hand guard safety factor that's just hard to come by these days. Nobody else has it. That's a patent that came from my head from dirt time. Now this is just what I call my GP knife, my general purpose knife. Does everything that you need. Good mid-range, not a big giant machete, not a little teeny pocket knife. All these blades have a reason. It looks a little bit ugly, but this angle is meant for whittling. This little belly notch is made for making notches so you can make your traps, your snare, make your shelter, make your raft, make those little grooves. This angle is so you get a little bit more effective chop, so it's less energy you consume, more energy conserved, longer you survive. This right here is just made for doing your little fine work, and the point obviously for incising. But this is what I really like and people don't fully appreciate. This angle is made for troughing. So you've got a flat piece of wood and you want to carve it out so you can make it to a bowl. That's what this allows you to do. That's what's so nice about this, is it's easier to work than trying to dig the knife in like classic style and make yourself a bowl out in the field, which is one of the most important things next to a spoon. One of the things I like is the back end of the blade has these holes and these notches so that you can turn this into a real survival spear. People don't think about it till you have to do it, but taking a knife and lashing it to a stick is tricky business, and most people aren't very good at it. You try to stab a boar or a bear with a knife that's not properly lashed and you're in trouble. This makes it easy, so you use less lashing and have stronger knife to spear, and now anybody can make a real survival spear out of their knife. What I like about this one is we have some cloak patterns that have been put on the knife. It's for those people who just want it to be a little bit different, maybe just a style thing, or maybe because your hand's going to be on it, you want that to be camouflaged if you're actually going to go out, say, boar hunting by hand with a blade. And what I really like about this coating, it's not just lip gloss, it's not going to come off after you use it. We took it out and we beat it with a hammer and it stayed on there. So that's a really nice touch for the knives. We're happy about that. This little bad boy right here is what I call my Tuxedo Blade. And it's just another variation on the classic wallet survival tool, but this one has a couple more bells and whistles on it, like the little solar reflector that will go quite a long distance and help you get found, because for me the big thing about survival ain't staying, it's about getting out. So I love this little bad boy because I can slip it in my tuxedo or my suit and I'm always ready. This is my little boot knife or neck knife, any way you want to wear it, but it gives me that comfort of knowing that I can fight or survive anywhere, and it's strong and it's comfortable and it's powerful. And plus it's just got that nice little signature style of the little belly cut in the blade. Really good little blade. These right here make me really happy simply because they said, hey, we want to make some arrowheads. I'm like, man, I love to make some arrowheads. So all these designs I came up with for different purposes, for going after frogs, for going after birds, for going after lizards, for going after squirrel. So these things are really fantastic. They work really well. They might look a little ugly, but they do what they say they're supposed to do. These are my little throwing knives. very excited about these, and the main reason that I'm so excited about them is not only I'm not a big knife throwing guy, but sometimes you see some game and it's sitting in a space that you can get to if you can nail it with a knife, but you can't get to with any other way. So they're handy to have, but what I really like is each one of them by itself is strong enough to be your own all-you-need survival knife. So you got 3 chances of survival with these, plus another tool in your kit to help you get food. That's another day of survival. That's what I'm all about. I like this because it's a Fisher space pen, does all the things right upside down in the hot and the cold. But what I really like about it is, I could take down information, I could jot down notes when I get great ideas, but also if I get attacked, I can just use it as a tool or as a weapon. The Hawke Shetty, I'm very proud of. This is not finished. This is an important little story. We went to the factory in El Salvador to make this. If those of you who know El Salvador, they have a pretty high murder rate. The factory actually got scared and said, no, we can't make this. Because what I want is I want a blade all the way down the shaft on both sides and a spike on the bottom of the handle, so that the end result is that you have almost 360 degrees of killing in one hand. So that's about as deadly a weapon as you can wield by hand that isn't shooting. So we're still working on this. We got to find someone to make it. This is not a survival tool. This is a tactical tool for fighting other human beings. They came to me and said, can you make something to kill for a tactical line? I said, I think I can. I made something so good, everybody's scared to make it. So we're still working on this one. My little Hass shovel, love it to bits. Hass means hammer, axe, shovel, pick. This is a shovel I have used to dig a 2-man foxhole. It's a hatchet axe that I've used to chop down trees. It's a pick I've used to break off stone so that I could use it for striking and getting fires, and a hammer that I've actually used to get sparks and get fires. So it's a great survival tool, but it's also a great tactical weapon. And the main reason is I chose to put my spike or my pick at the top instead of the hammer, because I can always choke up and use the hammer. But if you ever got into a hand-to-hand situation between that pick and that blade on that shovel and that blade on that hatchet, you're pretty much going to make anybody you come in contact with very unhappy. And the last of the line I'm going to talk about today, my Hawke Shetty, I cannot say more good things about this. The jungle's my favorite place to survive because everything can eat you, but you can eat everything. I've been in the jungles of Africa, Asia, and Latin America. I've used all their blades, but none of them were quite perfect for me. So I designed this one and then I used it, and I gotta say I have never wielded a better blade in my life in the jungle. And I was so tickled to say that something that I thought of and then tried and actually worked far better than I ever could have hoped. And what's really cool about it is you get most of your chopping done because of the 17-degree offset, so it's ergonomic, but also for every downstroke on the upstroke, I'm finishing up whatever I didn't get. And so in essence, the end result is I'm doing twice the work for half the energy, and for Survivor, that's everything. This is the best machete I've ever used. I even used this in Colombia with active duty Green Berets and survived, and it's just the best I've ever used. So there you go, the Hawke Shetty. All these things are on MykelHawkeKnives.com, new brand under Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and we've got a lot more stuff coming, so check us out. Thank you.